Good morning. This is Tuesday morning. Glad to be with you today, and I hope today is a blessed day for you. It's a wonderful day here. You say, well, preacher, it's rainy. Well, I can tell you now, we need the rain. We have been short for quite a while. Drought conditions, you go by crops and they were dried out, and grass was dried out. Looked like a desert area in some places. So we needed the rain. And I know the Lord knows what we need. And so I'm glad He's sending it to us. My dad used to love to call it liquid sunshine. Well, it's liquid, I'll say that. But I hope it is a good day for you today. Last night we had our weekly prayer time. We do it now in a Zoom meeting. And so people gather from their homes. They don't have to drive into the church anymore. And that's a wonderful thing. And it's great to be able to do that and to have that time of making prayer requests. And you hear about requests you didn't know before, but we had a great time with the prayer time last night, and such a blessing. I appreciate it greatly, and it's almost like a family gathering. When I was a boy growing up, our family had family altar, and Francis and I did the same thing with our kids when they were growing up. And we would have that time. And I can remember sometimes as a boy, my mom and dad were praying people. I'm telling you, I mean, they knew how to pray. And when I was a little boy, I thought, boy, they sure do pray a long time. But it was the family. And when our church family gathers like that in that prayer time, it is a wonderful and sweet time as the family prays together. And so I appreciate all of our people who joined in. What a blessing that was last night. And we anticipate again next Monday night, the same thing. We're looking forward to this week. We have a lot of things going on now here at the church and just in our own personal lives. And so we are looking forward to what's going to be happening in these days. And I trust that God has something special for you. I hope our time together today will be a blessing to you. Most people in their lives, if they are honest, there are things in the past that we wish we could do away with, just wipe it out of our memory bank. David made a statement one time. He was talking about forgiveness and all that. And man, what a wonderful thing. The Lord washes us, He cleanses us, He forgives us. But David made this statement. He said, my sin is ever before me. You know what he was saying? I remember it. I'm going to tell you why we remember our past. Because Satan himself is the accuser of the brethren. Every failure we've ever had, he knows when to put it up before us to do the most harm, to hurt us the most. But the great thing is the grace of God has already wiped it out. And so today we're talking about the past being the past. It's not there anymore. Like the old song said, I'm not the man I used to be. Well, that's the way it ought to be, isn't it? To be new in Christ. And so I hope that you'll stay with us as we go through that. Our text today is going to be found in 1 Timothy chapter 1, where the Apostle Paul reveals a little bit about his past and how God used him anyway. So I hope you'll stay with us. I heard about a pastor that went on a charter fishing expedition, and while they were out, a fierce storm came up quickly. And if you ever been on the Gulf or out like that, sometimes those squalls can catch you unexpectedly if you're not really watching. Well, as this storm raged, the captain realized his ship was going to sink, and it was sinking fast. So he called out, anyone here know how to pray? Well, the pastor stepped forward and he said, Captain, I know how to pray. He said, good. You pray while the rest of us put on our life jackets. We're one short. Well, I don't think that's what the pastor had in mind, but nonetheless, I remember when I was a boy and we were growing up in Pensacola. And I don't know if my brother Philip is listening or not, but he does listen quite a bit. But uh, our grandfather, my mother's dad, was kind of a calm man. He smoked a pipe and he was just a calm man. And they went out on a fishing expedition, my dad and took my grandfather, and I don't know how many men were on that, but my grandfather was on it. And they got out there in the Gulf, and man, I mean, the waves got up and it was rough. My dad said there were a lot of those men that were, as they would say, they were chumming for fish and got sick and all that. I mean, just going on. But he said my grandfather was sitting in a on a stool thing, a bit little bench, right in front of the captain's area, and he was sitting there with his leg crossed